What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode. In today's video, I finally got the stuff that I need so I can put the wheels on the Z. So in the last video, I showed you guys the new raised wheels that I got. They look killer, but I wasn't able to mount them because I don't have lug nuts for these wheels and tires. Well, as of now, I do actually have lug nuts, and they're really cool because I've never actually seen these kind of lug nuts ever. And well, I've actually got some in my hands right now. So these are 3-piece lug nuts. They've got a security key in them too. They're really sweet, and I'm gonna open up the packaging to show you guys exactly what this is. So these are the standard lug nuts that I had installed on my Nissan. These are the ones that came with the stock wheels. So you can tell that it's completely flat and we've got a washer on the bottom. Now, what's nice about this design is that this doesn't actually grind into the wheel because we have this little washer. So any torque or pressure that's applied on the lug nut is only going to be put in between the lug nut and the top part of the washer. The bottom part is actually going to stay stationary, butted up to the wheel, and when you torque this and put pressure on it, it's only going to pull in. So this isn't going to be grounded down, and you can actually tell because there's no grinding marks or anything on the bottom side of the washer. So we can't use this style lug nut with our new wheels because this isn't a tapered cone edge. This here is completely flat. So that's where this guy here comes in handy. This is the set of the 3-piece lug nuts for the Z. So I'm gonna open this thing up. It comes with 20 lug nuts and 4 security keys. And this is basically everything that you get inside this kit. So you have this tool here, you have this one here, along with this final one there. Everything else is just the lug nuts. So you can see that we've got 20 of them. We've got 5, 5, another 5 on top, and then another 5 on the bottom part. So we've got all 20 of these to replace the stock lug nuts on the car. Now, what's cool about these is that these are actually made out of 3 different pieces. So each one of these lug nuts has 3 different parts to it. So we've got the bottom part here that touches the actual wheel. We've got the middle part of the lug nut. This is made out of steel. You can also opt for an aluminum version of this. And then you also have the top part. So this here is an open-ended lug nut. So you can actually remove the core from the lug nut and it makes it open-ended. You can put the plug on top and it makes it close. You guys can choose whichever one you want, and you can choose different colors, different materials, and there's a large assortment of different styles that you guys can buy. So this here is a regular one. So you can see it's a regular 6-sided hex. The security one is a little bit different. So you can see that we need to use this special key here to actually turn this. You can choose to have this open or closed. Because I've got the regular studs on the car, I'm gonna leave all these installed on the car. Now, one thing to note is that these centers, if these are not torqued on there or tightened up enough, these might actually come loose when you're driving, especially because this lug nut will want to expand and contract because this is going to be faced in different environments. So it's going to be cold, it's going to be warm, and it'll actually expand and contract. So if this core is not properly tightened up, this will actually come flying out when you're driving. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of blue Loctite on these threads and then install them on the inside of each one of the lug nuts. But you can do all of this by hand, get it done. You can do this on the car or off the car. It's a really nice feature of this. These here are R40 Iconics lug nuts. You can buy these in aluminum, you can buy these in steel. The ones that I bought are made out of steel only because I've heard a lot of problems with people running impact guns or tracking the vehicle with aluminum ones, so I didn't want to have to worry about any of that. So these steel ones are gonna last me a long time. They're a lot stronger and they're pretty light too, which is nice. So what I'm doing here is applying a little bit of blue thread locker on here. This is not permanent grade. So what this is gonna allow me to do is gonna keep each one of these little caps attached to each one of the threads of the lug nut. So as you can tell, you don't really need much. You just need a tiny bit. Careful, thread it in here. And then just make it so that it's hand tight. You don't need to actually break the thing. You just want it so it's tight enough, and then the thread locker is going to hold it in. So I'm just gonna be repeating this process for all of these other lug nuts here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and install these on the car. I don't wanna lose these little caps while I'm driving because you can't purchase new ones. So what you're gonna have to do if you lose some is buy a whole new set, and then you're gonna eventually have extras from your old set. So if you just go through this procedure and take your time to do this now, you can not lose them. And then should you want to take them out down the road, it's actually rather easy. So because this blue thread locker is not permanent strength, you can take them out with just simple hand tools. Once you have this lug nut tightened up on the car, you can use this tool here that's included to take it out. And if you do need a little bit more pressure, you can attach something on the inside part of this to give yourself a little bit more torque. so you can take them out. However, it's a pretty simple process. It's kind of repetitive and straightforward. I got to do this 20 times, but when I'm done, all these lug nuts are going on the car. Okay, so all I need next is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then this guy here, so that we can install all this on the car. Okay, so you guys want to see how OCD I am? So you see how the tire valve is down here. The valve stem's right there. I'm gonna get my security lug nut, fit it inside the lock key, and this one here has to be in line with this, and the center cap also has to be facing that. So the way this installs is just like any other lug nut. So we do have the hub-centric ring on there, so that's good. It's gonna be centered. And then I can just go ahead and do this exact same process, tighten up all these lug nuts, and then this wheel is going to be on. Now, you want to torque these up to the same recommendation, the same torque spec as what the manufacturer gives you. So if your stock wheel is torqued up to 80 foot-pounds, these also need to be torqued up to 80 foot-pounds. So these are going on. These are going to make the car look nice. I'll be able to put the wheels on the car. I'll be able to lower the car down onto the ground, and we're going to actually see in person how this is going to look. I really hope it's not going to be too aggressive. I really don't want poke and I don't want to run stretch. So fingers crossed, everything works out pretty good. So there you pretty much have it. So I'm gonna torque up each one of these before I throw the car down on the ground. However, the wheel is on the car. So now same kind of thing with the rear wheels. Lug nut in, we've got these 5 to put on. Of course the security one's gonna be facing the bottom. Wouldn't expect anything different than me. So that's basically it, pretty straightforward. We're gonna be doing the same thing. Put the lug nuts on, put the car down on the ground. I'm gonna have to do the same thing to the passenger side of the vehicle because right now this is the only side that's up. However, once that's gonna be done, the wheels are gonna be installed and I'll bring the car outside to show you how awesome this looks. So this looks friggin' insane. I was kind of skeptical about the rear. It looked like it was gonna be a little bit too aggressive. However, it's pretty much bang on. We've got these like little hairs that are sticking off the side, but that's not gonna be an issue. And when the car goes over a bump, the wheel is actually gonna camber in and not come in contact with the fender. Fingers crossed, I hope it's actually like that in person. Front is pretty straightforward. Front tucks in pretty good. Yeah, I'm pumped. Now I just need to do the exact same thing to the passenger side of the vehicle, and then the Z is gonna be done. Oh, it looks so damn good. I can't wait to actually lower this thing a little bit. I'm probably gonna put coilovers on this thing sometime soon. Not too soon, because I really gotta prioritize my time on the Mini. I know I've been saying that a lot, but I'm working on the Z. However, I have stuff for both cars. I wanna get work done on both, and I can actually enjoy this now. However, look at how damn nice this is. These wheels look so good, especially the rears. It looks like you can see so much more brake with this wheel setup. The contrast is nice if you ask me. The 3-piece lug nuts are gonna keep these wheels looking good. The wheels look unbelievable. Look at that. That is pretty good if you ask me. Let me know what you guys think of this wheel setup. These wheels are a lot bigger than the previous ones we had in the car. They're an inch larger in diameter and an inch larger in width, both front and back. So I don't know, I'll give you guys an update as to how I like these 20s, because going from a 19 to 20 means I'm gonna be getting a smaller profile tire, both front and back. So if I like the ride and I like how much, you know, extra grip I get, I'll let you guys know. But in the meantime, this is where it's gonna be staying, and it looks insane. So good news, I just took the Z out for a spin and it luckily didn't rub anywhere, front or back. I thought it was actually gonna rub a little bit in the back, but going over bumps, pushing the car hard, driving hard left, turning right, you know, doing all that stuff, trying to get it to rub, I couldn't get it to. So that's good. So the fitment's pretty on point, I gotta say. I'm really content with it. The Z does need a little bit more contrast, but let me know in the comment section what you think about this, what I should do to it, what you guys want to see. I've got some more mods coming in for this thing, so as I went to the States this morning to go pick up the lug nuts, I also picked up some other stuff, some other parts for the Z. So if you guys want to see that kind of stuff, you know, let me know in the comment section. Try and guess what I actually picked up. Anyways, guys, thanks for staying to the end. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.